his running, which is almost a sign of creativity, because they normally didn't put like thoughts into queuing up the score like that. Normally they just queued up whatever music they could find at the house of the composer, whatever stolen music. And I bet this has a lot of stolen music, but I'm not good at recognizing that. That's Brian Kirby's job. There's a break in this scene where the movie, I think the change for the movie truly takes place when the demise of the cop here that scares away the triads comes.
This is where it kind of slips into what the fuck. This is where it takes a step away from sci-fi movie and to like serial killer territory.
From sci-fi movie to robot thrusting motion movie to fucking that.
Jesus Christ.
And it's like a Dario Argento moment, or any scene from Italian murder mysteries. Like it's a right out of like Bird with the crystal plumage, with the kill always was dressed like that kind of and had gloves on. Where you also had that in Dario Argento movies, and Tenebrae is a good example too. But those movies, you knew that was the main focus of the movie. You're fucking lying if you could predict this, viewer. Talking to you, viewers.
See, I really wish, in the sense, I'm talking about this film in the sense that try not to spoil it for people, because I think when people do see this for like the first time, maybe like the YouTube audience, because I don't see many people openly going out to buy this movie where that's just a great show where the killer's sitting on the roof of the car.
And I don't care if we're spoiling it for people, because
no, but it's just this the killer is like, obviously when you buy it, it's like someone's face is prominently showing plastered all over it, and then you're watching the movie and it's like, wait, isn't Hengway supposed to be in this? And then it's really hard to keep that veil over people's eyes when you're not knowing that the killer is actually Chow Yun-fat.
Well, it's hard too, because even in that out of focus background shot with him sitting on the car, that's clearly Chow Yun-fat, because I don't know. I think it is because
from this scene altogether. Like my Margaret guessed it. It's like she obviously she never saw it. She came in when I was in the middle watching this, and she's like, "Wait, that's Chow Yun-fat?" And I'm just like, "Oh no, it's not. Just wait. Is it not yet? It's not him yet."
You can't.
And of course, another these would have been the selling points if you tried to pitch this movie originally. Anita Moy and Chow Yun-fat.
And I mean, it's clearly Chow Yun-fat. They don't hide it very well. That's the fucking thing. Even that out of focus shot in the background with him on the car, it just oozes cool and presence for Chow Yun-fat way, to me anyway. It's like, but his true entrance, I guess, in a suit I think he wore on the set of Why Me, where he played a social worker. It was the year before, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was the movie Chow Yun-fat walked from to here. Because it's the same suit, kind of.
But man, of course, Chow Yun-fat is like, well, to many, the main point you would look into this movie in the first place if you were trying to cover your ground when it came to Chow Yun-fat, and of course Philip Cole standing beside him here. Like, it's like, oh, you're looking, it's like, man, this is the good guys. Why the fuck in that trailer where they're getting their asses handed to them by like a junkyard?
Poor Chow Yun-fat.
That's definitely, we really need to do the commentary on just the trailer as well. It really pitches a completely different movie.
Yeah, it does. There's a sponsor of the movie, I believe, where Mewtwo was reading.
I was going to say right there.
The clock company. And they really rushed out the clock company logos and stuff like that during the end credits of the Hong Kong movies. They barely ended before like Casio logo all over the screen. But you can't get any bigger than Chow Yun-fat during this period, yeah.
See, actually going back to that point where you mentioned product placement in like the movies, in this movie, how we had the watches there. One of the most bizarrest things I saw when watching the credits for Jackie Chan's Little Big Soldier,
Hmm.
one of the big, because of course when it comes to credits for companies, it's the company logo that's bang in the middle. So amongst all these Chinese credit, there is a full color logo for Red Bull. It's like, wait, in like a period, like where's the product placement of this? It's not going to be like the fucking wine jar and it's got the two bulls clashing on the side of it. Going, I think I'm ready to fight now, boss.
Finishing up a little bit on Eric Tsang because he's exiting the movie. He is eventually exiting the movie. Eventually he joins Cinema City after like The Ultimate Challenger, directed Aces Go Places, the first one I believe, maybe the second. The great modern action comedy with Carl Macka, Sam Hoy and Sylvia Chang.
Mm-hmm. And he does make a cameo appearance in the second one as I think he was either the driver or someone that got stood up on a date.
Right, exactly. And
he's got no shame in the sense where he doesn't mind being like the lovable loser or just the loser.
No, exactly. Cinema City, of course, the great studio Cinema City that eventually brought movies like A Better Tomorrow to the screen.
Mm-hmm.
But initially it was like modern day fun comedies. It's also known that Eric was the director of the first reel of Arm of God, essentially Arm of God, the scene set in Yugoslavia, but for whatever reason, Eric couldn't return by the time Jackie was healthy again after his accident.
Mm-hmm.
But also the main theme of Eric Tsang's career as the 80s went on is him supporting new talent. Even like he formed Alan and Eric Films along with Alan Tam and Teddy Robin Kwan.
Mm.
And they made produced movies like The Other Half and The Other Half. Like, there's some great shots here.
Mm-hmm. It's like key points flashing by.
Yeah. Precursor in slow motion. But The Other Half and The Other Half he produced and appeared in Clara Law's first movie. He also David Lamb's Women's Prison he was behind, and also of course appeared in with Alan Tam in Alan and Eric Hello and Goodbye, which is Eric Tsang's turning point as a dramatic actor.
Fucking no witnesses.
Yep.
This dude's vicious.
And all because they took some heroin, these cops.
Mm-hmm.
That's essentially it, but he's going to town with it, Giant Fat. It doesn't have to make sense. It's just this odd. Giant Fat as a killer this late in his career. That is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Furthermore, on Eric Tsang, he co-founded UFO, United Filmmakers Organization, and worked on movies such as, appeared in movies that, like Yes to You, Yes to Me, Yesterday. He won an award for Peter Chan's Comrades Almost a Love Story, Best Supporting Actor. He plays this triad that takes care of Maggie Chung, a kind triad with the Mickey Mouse tattoo on his back.
Yeah, yeah.
He was great in that Peter Chan movie Free Going Home, the short movie for the first free compilation of horror movies, horror shorts. Infernal Affairs, of course. Many people, I think, saw him in that and were floored.
Aye.
This guy's vicious. This guy can sound like that and still be.
Mm-hmm. He isn't really just a man-child. He's he's something else. Mm-hmm.
From the star of Infernal Affairs, Scared Stiff.
Mm-hmm.
He has a great one-scene cameo in Ivy Ho's Claustrophobia as well. He plays the family doctor of Karina Lamb's character. And also supported When Beckham Met Owen. Also supported The Pie Dog, the Derek Kwok movie, and appeared in a great hairpiece in that movie.
I was going to say that was the movie of many wigs, wasn't it?
But yeah, I mean, Giant Fat, did you see a lot of movies with him initially, or did you mostly encounter like the Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee movies initially?
It was really the Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee flicks, and it was then after discovering Hong Kong Legends and then seeing trailers to the other movies. I think it was really The Killer was the first Chow Yun-fat flick for me. Like buying it second hand, and then just by that time I was buying like Hong Kong movies to review them instantly. I was at that stage where I was like, any movie I bought was like for the website, the progress, and it was like, right, I'll buy that and watch it. And it's one of these things where I was actually at the stage where I'd watch the movie with a notepad so I could take notes throughout,
Yeah.
I wasn't watching the movie to watch the movie. I was watching it for a review.
Yeah.
But it kind of like I stopped writing and just watched that flick.